Hello there. How's everybody doing? I'm reminded today about this idea that the loss of a toy to a child is equivalent to the loss of a castle to a king. And also, and I'll explain it afterwards. And also, Neville Goddard said, I'd rather lose all of Julius Caesar's world as long as I know how I create it again. So the first quote has to do with perception. As a child, you have no idea what the entire world is. You don't even idea what a land mass is. You have no idea what uh, a state is. You have no idea, even maybe outside of your house. Outside of your, like, here's your crib. You have no idea about that. So your perception of loss, if you had something, would be as much as you had. If you have $10 and you lose $9, that is 90% of what you know. But if you're a king and you've amassed an empire and all of this stuff and your things, your mind and your boundaries have no limits. It's just like you have all of this and you have a billion dollars. Losing 900 billion. If you had a billion dollars, you lost 900 million. That's not even equivalent to if you had 10 and lost 9. Even though mathematically speaking, it'd be quite similar. You'd say, I had $10 now. I have one, lost 90%. So if I lost 90% of $1 billion, that'd be a whole thing. But uh, someone that had a king with all of his empire, his his view of the world, his loss would be equal to that of a child losing a toy. But on the bright side, it's fun. Have you ever gambled before? I'm not a gambler. I don't like gambling. I mean, you gamble every day just by being alive, but in the sense that uh, how much are you willing to risk or bet on something? Would I was thinking about this the other day. I have a show idea for people, and here's how it works. Give me a second, and I'll explain the show after uh, fully immersing you into this idea of. So we get the king, the castle, the child, the toy, and then knowing and understanding that your mind creates all things. So therefore, Julius Caesar's world, with physical objects, that's what Julius Caesar means. JC, Jesus Christ, means imagination. Julius Caesar means object. See, mind, object. That's why they've done this with the fish, and the fish are king. The king is what grabbed the fish, and the king was God, and the fish were Julius Caesar, physical manifestations of mental congruences. Here's my show idea. Uh, we have to. It has to be things that you would give up. What would you give up? 50-50. It's like the idea that you could give up. They say, like, would you give up your ability to see or your ability to hear? And I had a friend, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. I'm. This is gonna. I'm gonna fucking this is going to shit right here. A friend of mine that I used to build houses with. Um, he would work on a circular saw, a compound double miter, blah blah blah. It's one of those things, and dangerous as anything. And he would always put his earplugs in. It's loud, but not that loud. It's not that loud. He would never put safety goggles on though. Me, I'd put safety goggles on, and only occasionally, depending on what was happening on the job site, would I put the earmuffs on. I says, why don't you put your safety goggles on? And his explanation was um, horrible, except for it made sense. He said, I'd rather lose my sight because I love music so much and I want to hear things. I was like, yeah, but you could easily just put your goggles are sitting on top of your head, right? So his explanation is fucking ridiculous. It's like all you need to do is do this. It's kind of like assholes that don't use their signal to turn because they're too comfortable to do that would be so difficult. They can be on here texting while they're driving, talking to their girlfriend, and whatever they do or whatever, and their side chick, and I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know why they're doing all this, but they can't click the fucking anyway. So his, so that's where that idea came from. And this is years and years ago, and I was like, but you could just do both. I was like, for me, putting in earplugs, I didn't have the thing that wrapped around my neck, so I have to go and dig in my pocket. They might be dirty, and I might, put some whale semen in my ear. I don't know if anybody's listening. That's why I said whale semen because I think that's funny. I've never said that before. I don't think. Uh, uh, so yeah, his choice was that he'd rather lose his eyesight than lose his hearing. And I was like, well, I mean, you don't really got to give up either. That's the point. That was the point. Not that there's a point to anything. Is there a point to anything? Is it's always so unbelievably strange to me that that somehow I've combined the most apathy possible and empathy. Apathy, if you don't know, means to really like it's a null non-sum game. It doesn't matter. You just go through this life, and here's your experience. Here's what it is. What do you got? There's no lesson to be learned. There's nothing to be done, and everything is as it should be. That would be apathy. I mean, well, that would be the best part of apathy, I guess. I don't have the bad part of apathy, which is like, oh, everything fucking sucks. Who cares? That would be like, I don't know what word that is. I'm not like that. But then also, I'm also empathetic because generally, 98% of the time, I hope everybody has a better day. I don't wish bad upon people. Probably no, I don't wish bad upon people 99.982% of the time. Sometimes, you get in that moment where you're like, ugh. We're just like, ugh, like yucky. What's up, Amara? What you doing? Well, okay, and that here's the other part of apathy, empathy, and it's the fact that learning, whatever learning is, or consciousness, and this is why Jito Krishnamurti was a dope. The more I've listened to him, the more that I realize that I don't appreciate what he said because I think he's pathetic. Really. like whoever that dude was. And some of his quotes are amazing, and but the way he was so like. Could you imagine having sex with that dude? It would be the most lame fuck ever. It would be like trying to stick a dead eel into your vagina. You ever get whiskey dick and try to take two popsicle sticks and put it around your cock and slide it in there? Like it would be pathetic. Like that's apathy, man. I'm not apathetic. Like I maintain a fucking solid erection. Like I'm about this life, and here's why. Because I not that I think I know for certain that life was everlasting, and even though I might die in 5 minutes or 100 years or maybe 1,000. I could probably live to 1,000 years if I really wanted to. If the world straightens itself up and changes its mannerisms, maybe I'll stick around to help people. But like I know that I live in multiple realms. Like as I'm sitting here, this is that's not the best and it's not the worst. It's something. It's a consideration. And the more that I know, the more that I know. I don't know less because I know more. And I hate people that say that. I think it's so fucking dumb. The more that I know, the more that I know that I don't know. Yeah, yeah, we got that part because you become more knowledgeable and realize like universal consciousness and consideration of how things are. But there's a finite amount of knowledge within any type of institution. Let's, for example, you could build a chair. There's only so much you can like. It's there. There you go. Like there's nothing more to do. That's you've got it. You've established it, and maybe you can. I'm revolutionized. Okay, revolutionize a circle. Let's use that example. You can't do it. It's not possible. It's already been perfected. It already is. Show me a better look. Show me a more beautiful flower. It's not going to happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's funny you say that. Meditating on death. I think of Alan Watts talks about that a lot. I think I was listening to some of his talks a couple days ago, and part of one of them was him getting into if you don't acknowledge the death, people think of life and death put together for you as an on and off switch. As there's the sun and there's the darkness. There's on, there's off. Here's you, here's not you. The the fact of the matter is, for you to not be here, you had to have been here, which means you exist. Like your existence is. Does the sun rise again? If you call it rise, I don't know why they call it rise, but the whole concept of you not remember if you can a time that you didn't exist. Remember that. Can't do it, can you? You can say when you were 3 years old, when you were 3 years old, you were alive. You were doing all this shit. But do you remember any of that? No, you don't. Okay, I was gonna be like, I remember one core memory when I was 3 or 4 years old. Okay, shut the fuck up. How about like 8 months old? Well, no, I did a whole rebirthing process. Uh, you're not getting the point. If you're not you're listening too deep. Look, before you were alive, what were you? You must have been dead. And so, as nature abhors a vacuum, what will you be once you die? Right in the same place, which would then it would unbalance. It would be a dis, it would destabilize the universe. If I was dead and then I was born, so I'm alive. That's perfect equilibrium or balance. And then if somehow I die, I'd be out of that whole thing of conscious, unconscious would be out of balance. So the universe to maintain itself would have to bring me back in, bring me or you or whatever back into existence to maintain some sort of homeostasis, or else the world would cease to exist. What up, Moffam? What are you doing? Can you change your shit from Moffam radio to Mofo radio, like motherfucker? You know, you mofo. So this will be the apparently this will be maybe I'll have one more show out of this establishment. I wish I could. I don't have enough time to sell everything that I have obtained in my cool domicile like this. I'm just giving this shit away. Like it's all I just giving it away. 'Cause I've been told that, due to neighbors with different mindsets and policies than I have, that I'm not allowed to be in this building anymore. I mean, I'm sure I can visit. I just can't. I have to vacate this place. So that's cool. Yeah, I got. I mean, I have 100 places I could go to. It's just not places I want to be. I'd rather be homeless in New Orleans than with a house in any other city. It's a really weird to verbalize that. I mean, I'd rather not be, but it's weird to verbalize that idea. It has nothing to do with like, oh, I don't know how to explain it. It's like because I've lived so many places, and I could go anywhere. And the only thing that sucks is I'm just like, fuck. What do I do with my clothes? That's my only thing because I have some really cool clothes. I mean, my electronics and shit. I can put somewhere. Fucking funny days, man. It just, if you only had $1 in your pockets, if you only had another week before your fucking. Look, I have this really cool stuff, like little books like this that I just have to randomly. And this is the point of the origins of this video was despite no, not to spite. Like the whole thing. Like I have these cool books that are worth like ridiculous. Like I have this awesome shit, and like I'm out quite a bit of cash. But I mean, it's just sitting here, so like I'm not really doing anything with it. Like I was kind of using the bed. What? Where is she? New Jersey with her. I'm not sure if it's her boyfriend or her actual husband at this point. I don't know. New Jersey. Well, we don't. She doesn't have that deep of conversations with me anymore. And if you knew how much, like, if you, I mean, most people here, like, you might know, but like, I've known her for 20 years. I mean, how would you know where anybody is if they're not standing next to you? Then where are they? This is delicious. I made myself a sommelier. One of my favorite lyrics ever is from Wax, and he says, "I don't eat, I just drink all day. I'm a Somalian sommelier." What up, Divine? What you doing? Let me go. Let me go refill. Let me go refill this cup here. so I can maintain some sort of sanity. Because my brain is on complete overdrive right now, and I'm trying to just. So give me 1 minute, you guys. Hey, enjoy the fucking music if you must. Here's some of my music. Let me see what I got for you. I might have something good. Hopefully you like it. This is called A Peek Inside of My Mind. That's right. Hey, I'm back. What's up? Okay. Objectively, well, thank you. I mean, I know this. I'll give you one more song just because it wasn't playing earlier, and I don't know why. But yeah, I know this because it's it's not exactly what you. It's just this. See if it works. And also, this is great because I can go and grab my charger. I need that. Hello there. I'm back. I don't know if you want to hear me talk or what. So if anyone wants to know, if anybody wants to see what I look like when I'm uh, in a state of absolute confusion and disarray, this is it. This it's pretty much what I look like every day. Except for it's just for me, it just makes my brain work slightly different. Is that the confusing part for people? Or they can't tell what do you have any plans today? Well, um yeah, what are you looking at? 2 o'clock? Yeah. I'm trying to obtain a storage facility to throw some things in, but I don't know what's worth keeping. Like I have like if I keep everything in here, the packing and then the getting hiring the moving service or whatever, that's too much. Like then it's like I might as well just got a place, but I don't have enough for that. So um, yeah, it's I mean it's kind of difficult to just be like, hey, can you come up with fucking you know 1 month or possibly 2 months and security deposit. I don't have that on hand. So what am I gonna do? Like spend fucking 500 or just lose this cool ass couch and this cool ass chair and throw my bed away and my I mean whatever. For me, I'm just trying to maintain the things that have like some sort of what is that like like this little thing. This is I mean, I love my couch. I love this painting. I love this painting. But like, hey, if somebody wants it, take it. Like, what the fuck ever. I got like $5,000 in books right there. Like, what are you gonna do? Oh, cool. I'll just go ahead and go on Craigslist and see if I can get. I'd rather burn them in a fire, like just go out and start a bonfire, than give them to somebody for less than they're worth because they wouldn't respect those books. Yet I'm still gonna just have to fucking throw all this bullshit away. So from that point, I go, okay, what would I give away? Just probably the big items, anything I fit in a few boxes and put into a storage facility without paying too much. That's where I'm at. That's my day. Man, the economy these days, dude. uh, is caffeine that bad for you? For me personally, or for people in general? For me personally, I don't enjoy caffeine. I don't enjoy uppers. I really love a shot of espresso, just a tiny bit. It's like I've had people offer me all sorts of uppers. Go to a bar and it's like, I've got the really good fucking yeah. I've got like if somebody offered me coffee, I probably wouldn't take it. I don't drink cola. I just don't like it. It's already too. I don't even like some people. I'm just like, what kind of weed do you got? It's like, isn't it kind of a? We're talking about the upper weed or the downer weed. What are we doing here? I don't know. I can't caffeine and for me the idea that I'd be closer to Terrence McKenna's outlook that the worst things he said alcohol. Well, he said alcohol, caffeine, um, and what was the other one? It was like basically the ATF, right? He said everything to do about certain substances. If you took, here's how he broke it down. He said if you take away caffeine and you take away nicotine, there you go, nicotine. If you take away nicotine and caffeine, you can take away alcohol. People will be pissed for a second, but they'll. I mean, as far as I know, I know drunks. I don't know alcoholics. Like I know maybe one or two alcoholics that would get the DTS for a second. But if you take away nicotine and you take away caffeine, people would lose their fucking minds. And Terrence McKenna said you would have to bring out fucking tanks if you just shut down all the Starbucks, every local coffee shop, shut down. You can't buy the laced up tobacco products. People would go to fucking war. His words, not mine. Alcohol, like here's somebody else's suggestion that people would fight. You'll fight over alcohol. You get drunk, you fight. It's energy. But if you got if like people will go to war over water. People will go to war over water, even though they don't know it quite yet. But the sprayed up chemically and you can't really put too much chemicals in alcohol. Like you get the effect and it's done, and you like it or you don't like it. With like maybe it's different for different people, but I don't feel the need to have it. Like the only time I've ever really, those days you're like, I need a drink. I get that once in a while, but in general, the idea when people are like, I need a cigarette and I need my coffee in the morning, they have a very much, I don't know if it's a personality or there's a chemical thing that's going on there. It's pretty much how people would explain it. There's a chemical dependency. And that this isn't really a chemical, it's a solution. It's a solvent. That's why they call alcohol. Anybody? No? It's called the spirit. Spirits are souls, spirits, solutions. If I put this onto something, it cleans it. Whereas everything else kind of dirties up or chemically laced, is always chemically laced with something. You can't really do that with alcohol. It does the opposite because it's a same thing as turpentine. If I paint a picture, let's see if I can help you out with this idea here. If I take those oils, which are fine, and I put a bunch of things and chemicals in there, and I start painting a picture, I put the little brushes into turpentine, and that turpentine is a solvent that comes from a tree, much like oregano, or much like it it'll clean the oils and the paint off, just like this will, just like alcohol will. It's not people that drink the most probably. My assumption is they're gunking up their body and trying to clean their body out from all of the uh, fucked up nature that's going on there. Does this make any sense to anybody? Is this? Hey, what's up, Denise? What are you doing? Let me scroll through here. Ah, Denise, come on. Uno momento, por favor. Let me do this because I'm gonna cry right now. So give me a second. Hey, welcome. I'm back. Where was that? Sorry. I had to wipe something off of my brow. Hey, Black Sun, what up? What up? What are you doing? You'd kill for some kratom? I would give you this. I have a little kratom in here. See, I mean, okay, let's dive through this weirdness. What up? What up? Rinse and soothe. Yeah. How you doing? Well, let's walk through the idea. Day to day, like I'm trying. I see what I do is I image something in my head, and then I take that image and I process it forward into English rather than using any of the ancient tongues that I know. I take and I just pull those things out, and then I have to construct it into zeros, ones, and twos and threes. Let me see if I can do this. I don't even know where I was going with it. Rather than explaining how my brain works, it's always worked that way. And when I was younger, it didn't work that way. Now it works quite a bit differently. It's like the computer system that woke up to realize it's actually human. Uh, hey Denise Francis, you said let me go through this and we'll get to Rensu. You just moved 6 months ago. Yeah, I mean, if I had enough time frame, like I can't explain it to you, but how dumb it is. But I've been on. I'll just give you the shortened version. I've been on month to month lease for about I don't know a year and a half because I've lived here for I don't know how long, 3 years or something. And I'm on month to month because it was just like I was like, well, maybe I'll get a different place. Maybe I can find something cheaper. Blah blah blah. Maybe I'll get a roommate. I don't know. And so it was an extra to pay for that. And then there's a couple people in the building that just don't like me at all. I mean, I can understand why, I suppose, but most people like me. I would say 95% of people like me. But they had complained about my existence for being alive, and so I was basically like, hey, you're evicted at the end of your, you know, I you're done. I was like, cool. Like I don't know what the fuck I did, or perhaps, or so I was like, all right, cool. I guess I got a dip. And if I had 2 weeks, I could probably ejected some of my cool items, and I could have sold them to you guys. I could have sent them to you. Now I'm just like, I'm either gonna just throw everything into a storage unit and then figure it out. Like, cause a buddy of mine is moving in like 2 months, so I just got to figure out what to do for 2 months, which is gonna be funny. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm trying to get my brain back together right now. But yes, yeah, I have a little kratom in here. Was the point of the story? I have no idea where I'm going with this at all. I'm just. This is. You guys have seen me drunk out of my fucking mind, and this is not me being drunk. This is not me being high. This is nothing. This is like literally my brain is just fucking fried right now. So, am I okay? Oh, I'm fine. The only process I'm going through here is I have some really cool shit that I have to have somewhat of a. It's not eidolon worship or anything, but I just like I said, I like this right here. Somebody had sent me this right here, made this for me and sent it to me. and I really like it. And I don't want to just give it to someone. I don't want to throw it away. Like this chair, I sit in it. It's the most comfortable thing in the world. I'll throw this in the garbage can. I don't give a fuck. I mean, that bed, there's the tears and blood and vagina juice of 1,000 women on it. Whatever. But then I have some cool shit that I wanna maintain, and it's just like uh, abrupt. You ever, and it's Mercury retrograde on top of it. If I got I'm not blaming it on that. The stars and the sun and the moon and it's all, but it's especially difficult communication wise right now. Anybody has already noticed this. And did I really cry? Of course. You've seen me fucking cry on camera before. It doesn't bother me. It was just like it was a weird cry. It was for a different reason than you think. Like, look, can I show you some cool shit that I have that it sucks that I have to get rid of? I'll show you something right now. You stay there. I'm gonna go grab it because I want to put this on my wall, and because a friend of mine had given it to me, I'll show it to you. Here, check this shit out. You want to see this cool stuff? But now I can't put this anywhere, so I have to give away all of these charts of how the human body functions. So the digestive, the reproduction, I mean, and they're double sided. You see, this is the lymphatic system. This is like, you understand? Do you understand what I'm looking at here? Like this is the shit that I'm just gonna like. Well, I'm just gonna throw this in a garbage can. What? And then I have this cool stuff here, which I can't undo. But some people have seen it. Just weird. It's just weird. That's the strange part to me. I just have to just go. I mean, in a 24-hour day, I don't need to do much. I don't need to eat much. I don't need to, I'll spend. I could get away with $20 a day. But I'd also like to shower once in a while. I'd also like to have clean clothes, and I'd like to have a roof to sleep inside of, right? But if I can't do the other things, like, okay, $20 a day would get me through at least, you know what I mean? And I don't mean to call it shit because it's not shit. It's really cool stuff. I just like I have to like look. I'm gonna take this stuff. Here, how do we do this? I'll show you. Layout. How do I fix this? Nope, can't do that one. More. Um, this is funny. This is hilarious. Now it's settings. Camera. There we go. Camera 3. So I have all these cool books here, like books that some people have never even um like. I got this Walter Russell book here this is probably worth about, I don't know, maybe $500. I've got this cool shit here, and I've got like, I don't know, just like fun little items that people don't know about. That I it just and I gotta go throw this into a fucking garbage can. That's the frustrating part. I gotta just throw it in the garbage can because I'm not gonna. No, there's not the options. Like, here, put it in a garbage can. It's like this is like the burning of Alexandria. My but also there is a slight bit of like, well, whatever. Like how does an animal get along? Like I look at the ducks and I play with them every day, and I'm like, well, they don't have anywhere to go. They don't have a house, and they still exist. They still play around. They eat. They say hi. They're like, I'm like, what a simple life. I mean, I don't need this much space. I don't need this many things. Yeah, Denise. A memory of a relationship. Yes. I mean, do you want to see the rest of the cool shit? Like, you want to see something really awesome? I'll show you something really cool. Check it out. How did I do this again? Check it out. Camera, flip it around. How do we do this? We're facing back. Okay, cool. Is this working? Check it out. Okay. Look at this. Look at this shit right here. Look at this shit. You see this? Look at this. Like, I just gotta throw this shit out. Are you serious? I mean, unless I can figure out what to do with it. I mean, this is gorgeous. This sits above my bed. And I got these cool elephants. I've got this guy, that family. Oh, and I forgot about this little guy here. Yeah. So like, I mean, whatever. Got like healing and herbal plants and this cool shit. And then I have this, which is one of my favorites. It's my guy right here. It's my alpaca drinking a glass of wine with a bow tie and glasses on. And then I have another elephant here. I have elephants everywhere. Basically elephantitis. And then I have this picture that was given to me by a dude that, well, I can't tell you who he is, but in the graffiti community, he's pretty important. And then I have these, these right here. I have these all over the fucking place. I have a couple sitting down here on the ground, and these are worth like. I mean, I'm just saying, it's just fucking. Yeah. So there you go. I mean, that's part of it. Bang, 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 and I mean, whatever. A fucking TV and curtains, like those you can. Settings, camera, flip it around. Boom, bitch. Okay, where are we at? What up, Beantown? What up, Boston? What up, Boston Baked Beantown? What are you doing? I mean, uh, you got brass monkeys and elephants, man. Yeah, my third favorite movie is called Ong Bak. Ongbak. It means apparently, I don't know. I could be wrong about this. It means the elephant protector. Oh shit! Look at the elephant protector. You don't see an elephant? Sorry, the painting is in front of him right now. But you see this elephant right here? There are elephants everywhere. Oh, and I had this cool thing. Someone sent to me right here. On the back of it is some I forget what what's his name is something 663. Do you want me to read it to you? He sent that to me. Yeah, like who protects elephants? And I will maintain my position on this. That lions are not the king of the jungle, elephants are. You've got rhinoceroses and like rhinos, and you've got the gray skin, the gray skin vegetarian ones, hippopotamuses and elephants, thick skinned vegetarian, but will just. And who has to protect them? Oh, you didn't see this one. Did I show you this one? This is a fun one. I go right there. Yeah, he's pretty alright. Oh, hey, Denise, when you said brass monkey, were you talking about New York City, the foundation of New York City, being a few white boys doing rap music, doing the hip hops, that funky junky. Yeah, the teal is nice. Yeah. Oh, Harry, you want? I'll show you. Maybe I'll do another show and just show you the rest of the cool shit. Give me a second here. Fuck. On a scale of one to gay, this is Barbara Streisand. Now, if you understand how humor works, and the fact that Barbara Streisand is a man that is a transvestite, which makes her a him that's so gay, and anybody listens to it has got to be the most flaming. That's how gay what is occurring is right now. And what's gayer than that is me explaining that joke. And what's gayer than that is the fact that some people didn't get that joke. What do you mean Barbara Streisand is gay? You can't be any more gay than being a backwards transvestite that became attracted to the things that like it's like dudes that are. I just wow, that's some next level gayness right there. And when I say gay, I mean faggotry. And when I say faggotry, I mean retarded. When I say retarded, I mean like it's the shit people say. Not to. It's not to. There's no abuse towards any sort of these cultures. Like I'll kiss a dude dead in his fucking mouth. Like I don't. I love you. I don't care what your preferences are, but if something's gay, it's kind of gay. It's kind of inverted. Isn't that what that means? Isn't that the inflection of saying something is retarded means it's uh, right? It doesn't quite sit right. Or if something is gay, it's inverted. It's the opposite as it should be. So yeah, this is the gayest, most retarded shit. With a little sprinkling of rainbow faggotry on top. Yeah. The funky junkies. Yeah, you like that? I have, I have. Okay, here's what I know. When I don't try to do it, I get in the midst of gorilla explaining. It's like mansplaining if they were taking a lot of alpha hydroxy and sticking quaaludes up their asshole. And I explain something to the point that it becomes funny. Like, why would you keep, because that in there lies the humor in telling a story. And when I think about it, it goes awry. And it's like right now I'm thinking about it, so I can't really tell the story. But I do know that sometimes when I talk, it's fucking overwhelming, which can be cantankerous and abrasive to people. But I do find humor in it. I think it's because something Bill Burr. You know who Bill Burr is? Bill Burr. He said the other day, he was talking about Patrice O'Neill. If you don't know who Patrice O'Neill is, rearrange your schedule in life, because the most important thing you should do is listen to who Patrice O'Neill is. What Bill Burr said, because he was talking to someone, they're doing like this sit down like that, an interview where someone sits and they're all like, huh. And Bill was like, no one can bother me, no one can hurt me. Because Patrice he would shit on everyone. 6'4", 300-pound black dude, big gap in his tooth. Like, he just goofy, but he was not afraid of anything. And Bill would say, you can't offend me. And I found that, like, I've had people just like come up in my face and like stick their whole face in my face, and as long as I didn't blink, they would vanish. Like, you can't be offended. You can't be these people. You don't. I fear not. I've what Bill was getting at was the idea, like, if you can get shit on and mentally abused and berated by some of the best comedians ever in the world, that you know these tiny little dorky faggoty cocksuckers out here, they could say nothing to ever offend me. So when I talk to people, what occurs is I just sometimes don't realize that they might find it offensive, because I don't think it's offensive. I just think it's having that, like, New York, Boston, Jersey kind of attitude where you just talk shit and move along your day. It's ain't nothing to fight about. Just like, get your mind right. And I talk to everyone like that. But I'm not. I don't come aggress at it. Like, I'm having a beautiful day, despite everything. Right now, I'm having a beautiful time. That's my lifestyle choice. I don't know. Would I rather live in the Bahamas? I don't know. I like the beach. I just don't like the off season. You're dying over my over explanation. I know. See, it's part of the joke. Start looking up Patrice O'Neill. Yo, Denise. Yo, do not watch that stand up because it's an hour. Don't do that side by side with me. But yes, amazing, amazing. It's like an hour. It's an hour bit of comedy. Solid. You gotta watch. You gotta watch him not do stand up. You understand what I'm saying? Stand up is Here's some prepared material, and if I have to, oh, I can go in my back pocket and shoot up the crowd. Where if you're just hanging out talking shit with people, look that up. Look up him just as like, hello in the studio audience. Here's a new guest today, and watch him do that. He's if Denise, if you're into that, look up Greg Giraldo. I would say Greg Giraldo and Patrice, maybe most quick-witted people ever. I mean, not maybe ever, but like just the way they craft what they say when someone tries to when someone says something dumb, they're gonna just eat it. They're just gonna go, "What the fuck did you just say?" Greg Giraldo and Patrice, both their stand-ups are amazing. I'll call them as stand-up comedians. They're top 30, but sitting down and doing like, let's see what happens, they're both top five. Put the elephant. That kills me. Mm. Mm. You know what I walk on every day? I walk on a pink shag carpet. It's pretty awesome. Got to get rid of that too. I hate everything about this. But they say when one pink shaggy carpet closes, another butthole opens. I don't know. I was just trying to. I was trying to use a vagina and a butthole joke there. Hold on. And also, let's do this thing. Walk with me, if you might, to right now, for this moment, just for here. Everything is perfect. Remember that. It's a little meditation you can bring on your journey, where no matter how much bullshit you have to come across, like what more do you request of me? What more can I offer? And you just sit and you go, okay, cool. Is this the world right now? And you know what I like about that is uh I'll be able to spend more time playing with the ducks and the swans and the geese and the birds and the turtles in the park. I will open up some of my finances specifically to feed them every day. I felt bad for not having fed the ducks every day. And I felt bad for buying even shitty white rice, even though they loved it and would come and eat out of my hand. I felt bad that I was not supporting them enough. So now that I don't have to worry about any of this shit anymore, I'll just walk over there and be like, "What would you like to eat today?" And I would talk to the ducks. I would talk to the swans and the geese and the turtles and the crows who they talk to me from a distance. They only came around when Meatwad was around, which was odd because she was a black pit bull that could have killed anything, but they would come closer to me when Meatwad was around. If you know who Meatwad was, that was my dog. Like literally. I wasn't saying like, "Rrr, that's my dog." Mm, yeah. Huh. Hey, where are you gonna go with this story? You guys, what kind of lessons of life can I provide you with? Do you want any inspiration? Some motivation? Um, maybe smile and laugh more. There's this really interesting contrast between smiling and laughing and acting as if and being phony. And I'm also always like, hey, let's go through this little meditation, and what we do is we start laughing. And we laugh for no reason at all. And you just start laughing, get yourself worked up into this feeling of laughter. Versus being the guy going, I'm the greatest, smartest ever. I'm gonna sell a fucking car today. There's a big difference between that. He could keep telling himself that, but it's not gonna be true. But the best thing about just laughing is it doesn't you don't have to it doesn't have to be true. You're gonna forget why are you even laughing? You start breathing and you go, okay, let me scientifically prove that. Scientifically prove what. Let's prove why you're stupid. Because your fucking grandmother's a whore. That's why. Now, some people might be offended by that because their grandmother is dead, and the only reason they were birthed is because a feral cat fucked her dead body, and then somehow the fetus grew up to be them. They're like a cat fucking a dead. It would be what kind of? It's not dendrophilia. That'd be fucking a tree. But like, yeah, you don't fuck dead bodies. Why would a cat do that? And why do you exist? Yeah, I have a lot of questions here about why that's. Uh, you came from the tomb? What the fuck is that? It's weird. Sometimes you gotta just try, just say some stupid shit. Uh, Shut the fuck up with your face. Hey, creating a new universe. Shut your face. I like your new insignia here that I can't really see. You did not see Wu Tang. Say fucking word because just before I started the show, I was listening to Killer Priest. No, this is word. I'm telling you. Like, you think I'm just gonna come up with some bullshit? You can look it up right now. I guarantee this is what I was doing before I started the show. I was listening to Killer Priest and fucking David Icke. Where are we? Where are we at in this world? Killer Priest, David Icke. He already did shit with Santos, which is amazing. Ugh. Just saying, laughter is the best medicine. And do you want Denise? Would you like me to explain to you why, from a from an archaeologically technic technocratic uh medicinal whatever. I'm just gonna throw words in there to sound fucking hyperly non intelligent. Yeah, that would be good. I mean, I could tell you why it works that way. There's something to do with like oxygenating the brain, the lungs, and all of your lymph systems and whatever. Like, yeah, it is definitely laughter is. And maybe I'm so fucking sick these days because I haven't laughed enough. See now, if you laugh at it because it's funny, it's one thing. But if you laugh at it because of the insanity, so the insanity is David Icke literally talked to. Apparently, it was happening live, I have no idea why I'm even pushing this button. David motherfucking Icke, the dude who thinks reptile queens and the moon is this and that, which 95% of what he says I believe in. Like, I don't believe in it, I just know it to be true. And and you say Wu-Tang and kill the priest? Come on, man. What are you talking about? Yeah, Jizza? Yeah, the Jizza, the RZA, the ODB. I mean, why'd they all go by that? Like, I mean, what do you think it is? What do you think it is that people go by three letters in their name? Like GZA, uh, DNA, RNA, RZA, ODB, ZEN, DAN. Like, what do you think that is? I'm asking. I don't know. I mean, I could maybe express it, but I don't know. And the thing is about demons, demons. I don't give a fuck. Demons are my friends. It comes from that. I've told you guys this before. If you don't remember, do you remember talking about? Do you remember talking about this, or do you know that the golden compass is a story about daemons? Demons is the word daemons. Daemons, right? Which means it would be a creature that is basically your spirit animal that guided you through life until you forgot they existed. So usually children have them. You don't grow into adult and have them. You would get rid of them at some point. Not a good idea. You should keep them around you. But they were your guides and your protectors. Demons are your protectors. So I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with demons, or nor do I with angels, for that matter. So demons are daemons, means the guide or protector, and angels means uh, an el, which is God, and an angle is a deviation, or like you'd say a 90-degree angle. So there's your L, which is your 90-degree angle. There's your L, Elohim, all that. So those are your angels and your demons. It's the same thing. Demons go up and go down, and angels go up and go down. It's the same. It's the same beings. They're just you have to know how to use them or interact with them properly. It's like God and the devil ain't different. If God made the devil, why would that fucking occur? So if God made his mirror image, then the demon, that you would say demons, devil, God, angels, yet they keep passing back and forth through the same construct, which is the blue and the red, which if you put them together, which I do, smash them together, they become purple. I'm gonna go piss. You guys got time for one more song? I mean, take a piss. I'll be right back, and we'll talk about something else in a second or two. What do we have? What do we have here? Hmm. So many things we could listen to here. I got so many untitled songs on here. Give me a second. Try this. Try this. See if this works. Is this working? This is my music. Yes. Why can we play? I don't take angry pisses. No, and I don't have people. I've always heard the joke, being at my elders. I guess I'm an elder statesman at this point at 43. I guess I don't know how many years it takes, but I was never I didn't like the angry sex. I had angry sex with one chick ever. And it's because I was certain that she loved me and I loved her, and I couldn't understand why we were having a problem. But other than that, I never understood it. Like even when it happened, I was like, that wasn't anger. It was just trying to get out the pain or something. But other than no, there's no angry pisses. I don't have a prostate problem. I don't have any of that. No. Oh, and also thank you everybody here. As you know, hour 18 in here. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. I mean, what the fuck do you have to do better than this? And hopefully my pain and anguish is somehow molding into a way to explain something to people. Like, shit is not that bad. Like, right now, I could tell you 101 reasons why this is fucking stupid. But also, fuck it, whatever, man. Just thanks for listening, and hopefully you're learn. Hopefully, it's like, look, here's what I really appreciate: the fact that when I'm saying something, you're listening, not because you're going, oh, I want to listen to your bad day, because it's because like, holy shit, there might be something outside of that. There might be a, like, that that you get to hear something that might be inspirational, just despite some bullshit that currently I'm dealing with. That's fucking killer, dude. It's like it's like doing 6 grams of dried mushrooms in a dark and silent room filled with warm water floating. It's like that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, thanks for being here. And if you want to, you can always help me out, because I obviously require uh, cash, liquidity, monies. It's on the oh, it's not on the bottom. What the fuck is that? See, this is the kind of gay shit I'm talking about. This is the kind of fucked up, retarded, moronic bullshit that I'm trying to get to. There you go. My name is Zen, and there's my shit right there. You can find me on the Instagrams, the YouTubes, and there's my other YouTube account. There's my email if you want to talk to me about. If you're not as willing as me to say your personal things because I don't know, maybe your anus is broken, or maybe your vagina is just bleeding, weird colored fluids, and you don't want to say that on here, and I could probably help you with that somehow. I know a few things. Feel free. You can email me. You can look up my Instagrams. You can look. There, my Instagrams on it. You can look up my, what's the other one? Oh yeah, my WordPress, because I've been writing since 2012, which means I've been doing this for a little bit. And before that, so imagine that I was thinking and also writing. I just didn't know how to diggy DOS, DOS effects. I didn't digitalize that shit. Anyways, yeah, that's all there. And I don't know what's going with that, but yeah, you can donate to me. TSAR capital XEN. I appreciate that. That'll help me not be exceptionally homeless. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I think I've been doing pretty well helping people out for 43 years now, and now I get to experience this fucking figuring out how to sleep in the streets. Fucking crazy, dog. I never, you know, I've had, it's funny, I've had so many people houseless and homeless and street dwellers and gutter snipe friends for years and years and years. And rich friends too. I don't know. And neither of their lives did I adore, other than someone's capacity to be um, like that. They were content with their situation. And what I found out is that neither of them liked where they were, which was a strange feeling to have. Let me see who else in here. Oh, did I fucking miss some things? What's up, Amara? The Nephilim spirit thing, I guess. Amara, this world has no mercy. Well, I don't know. I disagree to the extent that my words create my worlds. So if I impromptuly, is it impromptuly? Is that even a word? If I was impromptu with exploring and explaining how language comes about to create a vortex of reality, that if you said all of the right words at the right time, you could get laid or you could not get laid. You could get a bank loan or you could not get a bank loan. You could, so it happens instantaneous, but imagine that on a larger scope, that you're actually collecting and you're radiating energy and also collecting magnetically collecting all of reality and radiating it. I get it. I get it. There's nothing me and you can really do individually about, there's this fucking this dude Donald Trump. Oh wait, he's not even there. They're talking about Joe Biden. Like there's nothing we can do about that, obviously. So we don't have, because there's not enough of collective consciousness. The hundred, what is it called, the 100th month monkey syndrome? Is it the 100th monkey? That we can't really do much about that. It'd be nice if people got on board with being, we could probably figure that out. I don't really know how to do that. I mean, you can make an attempt, and maybe that vibrated someone's brain to crack it, fuck it, their skull open to understand what the fuck we're talking about over here. Because you have to be a little tired of the patriarchy, the monarchy, the corporatocracy. You have to be tired of that. There's nothing I can do individually about dismantling that. But if you were for a moment just to, with me, for just take a moment in your life. Breathe in your nose and breathe out as much as you can. And breathe in one more time. And then just let your vocal cords, which are called the trumpet of God. And the trumpet of God is Daniel. And if you didn't know, my name is Zen because it was Daniel that I was named, I suppose. And what you do is this. Oh. You can just have some fun with it. Have some fun with making noises. Isn't that what all things in creation? let's level it up and sound really dumb too. In the beginning of the Bible, I'm a maybe understand a little of the Bible, but I'm using it as a reference point. So in the beginning there was the word. And then if I look at science, they say in cymatics, inside of science, if I create a tone, that tone can crush a glass. I know this is plastic, but you get the point. And you could form shapes with sound. So in the beginning there was the word. The word came from where, I don't know. I think it was consciousness, and then the consciousness vibrated to create a body, and then your teeth and your vocal cords aligned to create this thing, this tonality. But just try it. It seems like your voice could knock down or build a building. If I just say, "Hey, go do that for me," you know how many times people have asked me to do something for them, and I'll do it. Their voice created my action to go do it. You know how many times I've told someone to go, "Hey, go do this," and they'll go do it. Now expand that thought. Just saying. Anyways, what are we getting on here? Is anybody else talking, or just are you guys listening to that? Was that heavy? Was that heavy duty? Is that why you guys couldn't type or whatever? The source of sources? Are the sorcerers or the saucers? Isn't that what the saucer is? A UFO, which is unidentified flying object, which is a saucer, a sorcerer, a source, which collects the. It's always it's the. You see the picture? Yeah, who fuck cares, dude? Huh. Um, love this topic of the word. Also, the story of Jericho follows the sound of trumpets. Word vibrations, not even the trumpets. The trumpets of God. Yeah. So in your throat, your thorax. Here. Oh, I just got that nice neck snap. Oh, that was so good. This is called the trumpet of God, and there's the characters in the Bible have two main references. One, they're not actual. They weren't humans. They weren't beings. They're caricatures. One being a mental state of consciousness, and the other being part of the body. It's like even if you get into like Mount Pineal, there's the pineal gland, and then you get into different characters. They're archetypes of how your body is constructed, and you can find this in the other books too. It just so happens that in the Western societies, we'll use the Tower of Babel, Bibbles, because it's a fucking mess unless you can decode it to understand. But here, let me ask you the most. Let me ask you the most. I've said this so many times to people that are biblical scholars, and I think it's the funniest thing because I know they never read the Bible. I know because I've read a good portion of it. And here's what you do: you start at the beginning and you read it, and what you get to is the second part of the Bible, like maybe just I don't know, one of these chapters, these like it tells the same story twice, but uses different words. It went from God doing something to God's doing something, and they retold the story in the same way. I do not have a Bible on hand right now, but I would love to read it to you because I think it's hilarious if you would walk through from the beginning and they say, in the beginning there was the word. And then it starts to talk about God, and in the beginning was the word. And then the next story, they tell the same exact story, and it tells about being from the land of what is it? Eden, and what's the other land? Just so we can qualify something here. So you go from the land of Eden to where to make the babies? Nod? Was it called Nod? Nod? So they went from Eden to Odd, from even to odd. But I thought if they created the world, so who are they incesting with, or did they there was already another world? So you must be ingesting like where they suck. Okay, look at here's your choice. Here's your choice. Either the Bible is untrue because nobody came from Adam and Eve's ribs except for in that little land, right? You'd have to accept that, yes? That's what it says. But when if you read it, they went somewhere else. They went to another land where people were already existing. Read the fucking first goddamn 20 pages. It's not that difficult. It says they went somewhere else. And if you don't believe that part and you just stick to the Bible thing, then you're all incestual babies. Your mother, your father, the daughters, and the children were fucking the mother and the father, or they were fucking each other to create the next generation. Or you read the Bible and realized I went to another land that already existed, so therefore the Bible was fucking false because they couldn't. They existed in their land here, and there was another land already existing. Am I wrong here? Anybody want to look this shit up? I guarantee 100% I'm fucking right about this because I fucking read the goddamn thing. I might be wrong about the name. I think it's Eden and Odd, Nod, whatever the fuck. Nod to that shit. I'm just saying. I remember reading it and going, this doesn't make any sense. This is not mathematically possible. Do you want to? Hey, creating universe. Some of the verses you can say read as if light could talk. Do you want me to read? Do you want me to read to you um, the universal one? Would you like me to read that to you? Because he also wrote a book with his. Well, I mean, I think his wife wrote it. Which one? Which one did she do? It was like the fuck is the name of it? Give me a second, because it has to do with the law of light. I forget the name, dude. Yeah, I'll go grab it. Fine. I think her name was Lau. Was it Lau Russell? Laos. And they started a look at this. Look at this. Look at this fucking book, dude. Anybody want this? I'll send this to you. I don't know what it would cost online right now. I think probably 500, maybe 1,000. I'm not sure. It's the Universal One. It's fucking full on with the whole jacket. This is the book that no one that you know has. Sorry about that. That was a little tough. That he apparently gave to Tesla, which I mean, this is a very funny story, and this might be detracting, but perhaps advancing a concept here. So Walter Russell apparently sent this book out to a bunch of scientists and mathematicians and these people, right? And what is said is that he gave it to Tesla, which apparently to everybody is the most advanced scientist we know of in 2022. That's what we know about. We didn't know about him in 1980. You didn't know about him in 1970. You didn't know about him in 1990. You might have heard about him in 2000, but he existed apparently. I'm not saying he lived, and I'm not saying he didn't live. I'm just saying he maybe backwards mapped some technology. And this person gave him this book, and he said, "You cannot release this for 500 years because no one will understand what the fuck you're talking about." It was called the Divine. Well, okay, here's the book. Here's what you're looking for. It was the Divine Iliad. The Divine Iliad. Look up Walter Russell. Anything. So and it's look at this gold on that shit. That gold shit. And you know what's the funniest thing? I have this really funny story. So me and my friend were well, I mean at the time it was my girlfriend, and we were moving, and I said, "Hey, can I make sure this book is protected?" And she's like, "Yeah," and she put it behind the car seat on the corner because we like the dog was in the car and blah blah. We were like going on. Well, no, we weren't moving. We're going just going on a road trip. Like, we're going down 95, and she put it behind the seat. And as soon as she does, she hits the go backwards button, and it caught a little right there. I was like, the only thing I wanted was this book not to get destroyed. It's still here. So Universal One with this and smell. It smells like me. So, and here's a picture. To the one God, the Universal One, this book is humbly dedicated. And I'm just gonna throw up this. Here's what you're looking for. You're like, what the fuck is that? You can find this. You can find this page online. So this is like the peri periodicity of male and female energies. This is literally how the entire universe works. Like, do you see this shit? This dude is not playing around. You know how you see the periodic table of elephants, elephants, elements. Okay, here's what the periodic table of elements actually look like. I'm gonna show it to you like that. It looks like a spine. Oh wait, it's over here. Spine, and here's the octaves. It's a sine wave. On this side is alkaline, and this side is acid. Here's octave 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, right? And now you know how the energetic value of an acid and an alkaline, and why would you put a bunch of boxes? So they show you this shit. They show you that shit on in a bunch of boxes in a chart that doesn't make any sense. They throw a couple over here. Makes no sense. He already showed you how it worked. Spine, energy, this and that way. And he named elements that elements that we know today. This motherfucker named before they came about, before they found them in nature. And that nobody knows who Walter Russell is. Do you know who the fuck he is? No, you don't. Like, I mean, it's just astounding that I'm sitting here with how this shit works. And I've read this, and how do you explain that? How do you explain this to someone? How do I tell you that? And so are all dimensions born of inertia by overcoming and expressing their oppositional and alternating oscillations. And so also are all the opposites of each dimensions born of the relative positions in the opposing cones of energy. They near to the axis of the apex of the cone, the generator, the density, the temperature, the pressure, the potential, the power time, all effects of electropositive preponderance. How do I explain that to someone? When when people don't even fucking know the first word I said. Like, it's just fucking outstanding. Denise, you like that? The periodic table of elephants? The periodic table of elephants was the fun. That's one of the funnier things I've uttered. There's got to be some elephant joke in there of utters. Maybe it's a cow joke. I'll read. Okay, I have. Okay, look it. I will put $2,000 worth of physical property in front of me right now that you'll see on camera, which is worth maybe 20 lifetime times work of information. I'll get one more book. You'll see. Yeah. See this shit right here? You think somebody just goes about and writes this shit right here? Like, look at these both have casings on it. Like, are you serious? This is like there's places in I don't know what countries, but they have whole buildings, climate controlled and everything that hold cheese. Cheese. Like it's probably Italy, so whatever they're like a Parmesan, a Regano. Like look at this shit. And so they have this beautiful casing of wax over the cheese and it's all climate control and it's like billions of dollars worth of. Isn't that interesting that we call money cheese or cheddar? We call it milk money. We call it, huh? Do you guys want anything out of this? This is 2 volumes of this is just dumb right here. It's that's heavy. Like this I think some people would have a hard time looking this up. Between both of this right here, it's about $1,000 easy. I'm gonna just throw this in a garbage can because I don't know what to do with it. Like no one knows what I'd be giving them. It's kind of like I've given this example. Savan Bomar said that this way: if you were to give someone a briefcase with $1 million in it, they wouldn't take it from you because they'd be like, "Why are you giving this to me?" That's the point. Like if I was like, "Hey, I got to get rid of this," blah blah, I think, "Oh, that must be either worthless or fucking crackhead shit." I'm like, "No, I just literally like here. Would you like this?" People are like, "Oh, I don't know." You could give someone a Coca Cola and they'd be happy to have it. But if you gave someone water, they'd be like, "What's in there?" It's that kind of feeling. What's the second one? It's called Pharmacist Desk Reference by Don Tolman. It's look it up. It's called Pharmacist with a I think he spelled it with a there you go with an F, not a PH. A pharmacist desk reference. It's funny because I've actually bought 3 of those. I gave one. Okay, let me before I tell the story, let me go make myself a drink because this is a really stupid story. But it's it's stupid in the sense that I even need to make this explanation right now. Never mind, I think I can do it right here. Fuck it. I bought 3 of those books, and they're not books. Those are voluminous. That's like 16 pounds of material. Someone's life's fucking work, and I gave it to someone. Oh yeah, yeah. The person that had supposedly raised me, like the father figure, because I'm adopted. Yeah, you got that. And I gave it to him. He ain't fucking read a page of it. Let me go throw some ice in here. I don't even know where to go with that story other than that, like those books, those are so hard to come by. Like you can't just find those. Oh, and I've met the dude that wrote it. I met him when I was check it out. You want a fun story? I met him when I was 13 years old. I'm 43 now. What that would mean 30 years ago. I met him. Shook his hand. I remember I remember clearly the day this occurred. You have those kind of weird, kind of strange memories. And I very much remember this dude. And I mean, I don't know where else to go with the story. There's no, I met him and he wrote a fucking book of knowledge of his entire life. And I bought three of them, and you cannot find that anywhere. And if you can, buy it for cheaper. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm just saying, the weight in knowledge, like, it's really interesting too to have a phone. That in the phone, I have a database, a database of information of books, and you do too, that you can access at any point in time. That is just like, but like a book, there's something so interesting about the tactile, tangible, functional, smellable taste. You could lick a book, like look, tastes exactly like I thought. I creating. Thank you. What up, religion on freedom? What are you doing? What are you doing here? Do I know you? Yes, I will check out. I mean, I'll check out your videos. Like I don't have the patience or the capacity in the next few days to do anything, but other than try to find a place to nap at nighttime and plug my phone in. But I'll check it out. Religion of freedom. Isn't that backwards though? Is that why you did it that way? It shouldn't be freedom of religion or religion of freedom. Oh, I like what you did there. Yes, 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 yes. Fantastic. I got it. Took me a second. Yeah, the FDR. No, no, it had nothing to do with. It had nothing to do with that. Oh man, there was a time that I had. I mean, like right now, like you see my two bookshelves. I used to have like big bookshelves, and I would just that was my thing. Like I would just buy books, and of course, the way that I read is to jumble, shuffle through pages, and I'll read the chapters, and I'll look at like right now here underneath. Look at here. I'm gonna show you what I have underneath my phone right here. I have this book here, The River of Gods. I have one of the greatest books ever written called the how do we do this? The Royal Tantra of the Brilliant Effusion of Majestic Space. I have Striking Thoughts by Bruce Lee. I have Assholes by this fucking guy. I have the Danwantari, which is a study into the Ayurvedic life. And I have the Alphabet versus the Goddess. And that's what's holding my fucking phone up right now. I have like fucking and when I read these things, I don't read it from front to back. I'm not that committal to a book. Like I like what it says and I'll find the good spots in it. And I keep it because what I'll do is I'll from time to time reopen it. It's like a new it's like Hey, here's a new little picture to paint. It's like I've had 100 sketchbooks, but I learned after I was making some art that occasionally it will get washed up. It will get you know. I'd put some of my material in a basement that I lived in. A basement that I lived in. No, I lived in a house and then put my art materials and my books in a basement. And I don't know how or why because we didn't think about it. Um, but I went down there and it was soaked and there was mold on it because we just never opened the door to go down there. And so everything that I had drawn, every book I read, just I had to throw in the garbage can. I said I just learned to go, fuck it. It is what it is. You want to finish? See, that's the thing is like finish a few hundred books. Yeah, right. You're not gonna do it. You'll never read those books. What's the purpose? Finishing a book would be equivalent to thinking that you've met someone and know everything they're capable of. Yeah, chew on that one. I think it's pretty funny. Like you know there's people that you how do I gotta fix something. Hold on. So I know I've met people that their life is not going to go a different way. It's not gonna alter, it's not gonna change. They're just gonna be that way forever. And sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's like if I want a train to go around a track this way, I'm gonna get on the train. I'm gonna say thank you. Other people, then you got people that go, man, maybe this train track isn't for you. Maybe do this thing. You know what I'm talking about? Do you understand the? I like using allegories and uh, to kind of express a larger idea. They're simple ideas, but it's always been said you can't point directly at it. Like if I were to point at the moon, you might look at my finger and not notice the thing that I'm pointing at. Ah, Denise. Can I suggest? I will. I'm gonna stop this video just for you. I don't know you. I don't know where you're from. I don't know your husband. I don't know anything about this. But can I ask you a very sincere, personal, absurd question? And I will ask a question if you allow me to. I mean, I could ask it if I wanted to, but you really want to read the you want to read the Kabbalah? I mean, how do you read that? Do you want me to read tarot cards for you? I got plenty of fucking. See, this is the part that's good. Don't fuck with me right now. We'll read the runes. We'll read the runes. Oh, it's upside down. Yes, you can ask it. Okay. Here's the question: would you take any of your books and as and I'm not only am I asking you a question, I'm adding into the question some sort of ritualistic, magical thing that you might be able to do? Would you take any of those books and burn them? You know, throw them in your little fireplace, go out in the backyard, sit down. I don't know if you drink. I don't know if you both smoke. I don't know what the fuck you do. Sit around, high five, whatever. Would you take any of those books and just burn them? I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just asking a very simple question. Oh, you're talking about yeah, yeah. You know, I got you. Oh, you talk about yeah. I've never read it. Yeah, the mystical divine. Okay, I got it. But reading the Kabbalah is like reading the Kabbalion or the Book of Life or going into the ancient recesses of the underworld of whatever. Yeah, yeah. Denise, well, there you go. Okay, so my guidance here, if I'm allowed to, and you don't need to listen to me, I'm a fucking idiot, obviously. Go take the books that aren't really serving you good purpose and burn them for a good reason. Because it's better that they're gone and that you also go through that kind of like, hey, look, I don't need this, I don't need to hold on to this. Like shit, there is to be in communion with you. There's a bunch of shit here I could probably get rid of, and I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. But some of it, keep it. But the rest of it, like just go ahead and just go through the go. Thank you. I appreciate you for being in my collection, and now I'm done with your material. Yeah, yeah. A release is correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, like it goes back to that idea of like you can't catch a fish if it's already one on your hook. That's my country and me. I know I'm from New York, but I heard this never. But it's like get rid of the shit that doesn't serve you, and also because it opens up space. That's what you got to do. Especially if it's Barbara Bush. Like, dude, what are you doing? You might as well get a book. You know what I want? You know what I want in my life? I want a book that was written by Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and I want them both to sign it and say, "Yeah, that's exactly what he meant to say." And it would be the most discombobulated uh, rhetoric of bullshit that you ever read in your life. And go like, "Well, I read it, but it might be blue. Is it?" I'm still amazed. I'm still amazed by people's fascination with voting on things. Like it's just weird to me. Like your red team and your blue team matters. I don't know. I mean, for me, like the books, they're comfortable, but the voting on shit, especially especially voting for Barbara Bush. Did you buy it for fun, or was that your thing? Oh, Denise, I got you. God don't make no junk. Hey, let me go piss, and when I come back, work with it was before you had a waking moment. I'm going to talk about this. This is a fun one for me because people ask me about this all the time. This idea because apparently I don't seem like a woke person, but I seem like somebody that knows something. And people always ask me, was there a definitive point? We'll deal with that in 1 minute. And while we're doing that, enjoy the music. I mean, you don't have to enjoy it. I mean, that's up to you. How you feel about it is your fucking prerogative. Fucking dorks. What do we got to do here? Let me see what we got. How do we do this? Let me see. And behold, a brass bird. So I don't know why I walked, because you said that I was reading it, and I was just drawn to this thing, which is a really fucking splendid piece of material. Check this out. I have no idea why. Check it out. This weighs like, this is heavy. This is some Mardi Gras shit. Check it out. Isn't this so cool? Yeah, it's very fun to wear. I have no idea why. I was just like, I have thousands of funny shit, and I just felt like grabbing that. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Check his ass out, you know? He reminds me of like this dude's cousin right here. Look at him. Oh, how do we do this? But anyways, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. I do want to listen to some music right now, and yeah, same tribe. Well, I mean, this dude, I'm pretty sure is from the islands. Well, I mean, he's from Hawaii, so he's a Hawaiian. But then you have Native Americans that nobody talks about because they think they're African and they're not. And this guy, because I mean, if you're from here, then there's something. I'm not sure what voodoo science. So you have hoodoo and you have voodoo and African science, and then you got the islands. But the islands are the ones that are getting, I think, hopefully not getting wrecked by this hurricane right now. Anybody, if you're into, if you're into prayers or whatever, I believe not to pray, but hope or something. Don't allow for don't allow for the rest of the islands there in the Caribbean. I don't know if you say Caribbean or Caribbean, or how you, it doesn't matter how you say it. Or Florida, like hopefully they don't get wrecked too bad because the hurricane is looking fucking nasty. And also, make sure it doesn't come this way. Like, I mean, everybody in Florida knows they're about to get wrecked, so they put their house in a certain way. And I'm just asking for this one because I don't want to be on the streets when 140-mile-an-hour winds. Because if you saw me during the last hurricane, I walked outside and the wind picked me up off the ground. I was like, well, this is a bad idea. Don't do this. Don't send it here, but do your best to, as we were talking about like what 30 minutes ago. Don't meditate on prosperity and helping and being communal. I don't know why are capitalists and communists wildly different. You want to talk about that today? Should I just do that talk right now? I've done this 1,000 fucking times, but I'll do it, and I'll make it as succinct as possible. Capitalism means if I'm taller than you and I'm stronger than you, I deserve more. And communism means I just happen to like that everyone has enough. It doesn't mean I want to be the same. It doesn't mean that I want to be that everyone has $10 to do this or that. Communism means community. Capitalism means to dominate. It's a dominator submissive complex. So I would suggest be less about that, because there'll be one point in capitalism, and this is all it's been shown through all of the stories and the knowledge that we've been provided with through the years. The more you make people subservient and to be a subject of something, eventually there'll be no one left, because they'll all be destroyed, and all you'll have is you and a bucket of nothing, because you won't have anyone to control anymore.
I'm not saying communism is a solution to capitalism, but what I am saying is that don't don't rely on capitalism to save your ass, and don't rely on fucking communism. They're both stupid. Or socialism, or whatever the fucking words you want. It's all boiled down to corporate. How you say this? Corporatocracy. See, sometimes I stutter on purpose just to teach you a fucking lesson. And what they say is you put the wrong answer on the wall. That way, someone will have to think about it and correct it. But the answer is corporatocracy means corpses. Corpse means dead entity. An entity is a corporation. Corporation is spelled corps. Corpse. Corpse. Yeah, it's etymologically sound. What I'm saying here. People have to stop bowing down to dead entities and corporate entities. It means things that are not living. It's like saying, my grandfather said so. My ancestry says, fuck your grandfather, fuck your grandmother, fuck their dead bodies, fuck your ancestors. None of that means shit. Do the good thing. Do the good deed. People don't like that because then it would cause, that would be, you know, everything most people do these days. I'm going to take a little side note over here. Most people are reprehensible. Denise, you say capitalism without morality doesn't fully work. We have to have that care for our neighbors still. No, neither of that works. I'm neither. I am neither. Whether you respect my opinion or views is regardless of the way that nature works. I'm more anarchist in the sense that capitalism requires capitis diminutus. It means somebody stands above. It means big brother. It means to capitalize. Why do you think your the letters on your card are all capital versus small? That doesn't make no sense, right? So like, and your morals are different than my morals. And what is the difference between morals and what's the other thing people have? They have morals and like you have societal norms and morals and ethics. My ethical behavior is let me see if I can say this the right way. My ethics and morals require me to be um, somewhat honest to a fault because I don't really care what you think. Your thoughts to me are fucking worthless. And the fact that you believe in capitalism means I don't believe in your capitalism. And there is no capitalism within. You have a moral construct which provides for, look at your moral construct provides for you to capitalize something. I don't capitalize shit. Like if I'm an adult and that's a child, I'll protect it. Pretty easy. If it's a puppy, I'm gonna pet it. Like I'm gonna make sure it's okay. Like you pretty much that's not an ethical or a moral choice. It's just being as capable as you can to help when you can help. It's like if I have $10, I can give you enough to help you. And if I don't have that, I cannot. That's not an ethical or moral choice. So capitalism requires a monetary system. Do you see how monetary systems based on capitalization and governmental systems? I know I'm saying a lot here, but capitalization and everything that you're looking at between capitalization and communism and socialism and all of these other dictates come from governmental organizations that do have nothing to do with your best interest or your family's best interest because it's not about everyone getting the same or everybody getting different. It's um it's about it's about the 1% of people that just have everything and everybody else has nothing. because they want to overlord shit. I'm trying. This is a talk I've done 100 times, and I don't know why anybody doesn't get this shit yet. The construct is not. I mean, it's if you hybridize 1984 George Orwellian theory and um, soma, meaning let me give you this pill, put you to sleep, pharmaceuticals, that's occurring. Like I'll tell you what to do, and I'll give you a pill and go to bed. Like, have you ever? I mean, I don't know if you're motherfucking hustlers. I don't know if you like pimps. I don't know if you know, whatever you do. Like, what do? You're like, I'm gonna give you this pill, and they'll make you comfortable and happy, but then you'll pay me for having given you that pill. This is the whole system. um, Creating awareness. Yeah, I mean, well, let me finish up. Let me finish up this idea. Capitalism without morality is not fully work. I mean, I fully just said that, but like what I'm saying is, hold on, I got a, I got one of those. I got a little whisker right there. Oh God, and it's my because I have a mustache, and sometimes it goes up there and mixes with my nose there and tickles it. I don't. I'm not like if people see me do this, it's not because of that. So capitalism without morality does not fully work. No, neither of them work. That's my point. Capitalism cannot, will not, and never has worked. Why is the down of every empire? Every empire is empirical. Empirical is capitalized. Capitalize is to make things bigger than they should be, where everything is smaller. Capitalization of the English alphabet means I'm going to make big letters. I'm going to make small letters. It's the same fucking letter. If your name, Denise Franson, right? Denise Franson. If I say that word to you, two words, Denise Franson, whatever, letters. I don't care if it's capital or smaller, lowercase or uppercase. It all has to do with legalese terms of capitalization. Either way, it's bullshit. A fruit is a fruit, a tree is a tree. You understand that part? There's no morality in how nature provides. You see, so nature provides very simply, succinctly. There's no reason for something to be capitalized. To capitalize on something is to say, this this here is my land, and I have 100 trees. And if you come over here and you want to eat something, you need to give me 4 times in return. Do you see the you see the proof? Like if we were just land if we just landed on this place, we all just get dropped here, here, and here. Why would where I landed be more valuable than where you landed? And if I did happen to, why wouldn't I share that? Why aren't you my brother? Why aren't you my sister? It's actually pathetic to think that way. To think that there's some capitalization. Capitalization is literally. Do you live in the United States or anywhere else that's having the whole financial backing institution capital crisis of fiat currency becoming inflated? Inflation, the articulation of inflation. So capitalizing something becomes very, very well, why is the price of bread today? Like I tried to go buy some butter the other day. And normally butter would be like $2.99 for the nice 4 pack, and now it's $5.99. So what I do? I didn't buy butter because I was like, that's outrageous. So capitalism is good. There is there is implicitly involved with capitalism no morality because it's about getting more prices. Because if someone goes and inflects inflation upon the population, then they don't care whether the value goes up or down. They just depend on making enough to get by. They they'd rather have if we had 100 people. I'm gonna show you how this works. Let me see if I can talk this out for you. Make it very simple. If we had 100 people and to get value for what I have to offer, it takes $100, so $1 a person. But if I killed 50 of them, but everyone else gave me $3, as a capitalist, I'd kill 50 fucking people to make $150. Isn't that what the math would work? I would just make them pay more. So I could take $1 per item, 100 people, so I make $100. But if I could charge them $2 an item, but some people don't want it, I would kill half of them and still make I'd make my wage back at least for 50 people. But if it was like $3, I mean, this is what it's called. This is the J curve. This this is how it works. This is PhD economics, and 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 the people that are economists, um, they don't deal with the real world. They deal with how they function in the intermediary. The intermediary is saying, how much can I profit off of everyone else's losses? They're banking on people failing and them winning, which means they don't care about you. Capitalism never been moral. There's no moral compass. There's no fucking moral compass in capitalism. There can't be. It's implied within the fucking rules. Am I right or wrong here? Explain to me where I'm wrong, and then we'll go back at it. Obesity, and fat fucking people. They want to eat, right? So let them eat. Ah, who we lost here? Yeah, the puppet masters of capitalism don't have any morals. Yeah. Well, here's a dilemma with that conversation. I don't have any ethics or morals myself. That they're invaluable. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is to say here. I happen to just treat things as they should be treated in the current moment. If a puppy walks up to me, I'll give you the most divine explanation for what you need to understand. If someone walks up to me and they have a dog on a leash and that puppy wants to play with me and it's a tiny little thing, it's so cute, I'm gonna pet it. If you come to me with a 150-pound pit bull or horse, I don't care. I'm gonna fucking pet it and love it. But if your stupid little dog or your horse or your cow or your whatever you're doing attacks me, I'm gonna snap its fucking neck, and I'm gonna defend my righteousness, my own self. Like how I am, because like why get devoured by this thing? And I don't, and the most important part of this you need to understand is like if you have a small dog, and what I've heard many times, and this is something that needs to be understood very clearly for some of you. You have a tiny little dog. Oh, you could be an old woman with a bad attitude with a stupid little puppy. And I walked around with the 60-pound, black-headed, fat-ass pit bull, would never harm a thing. Never. But I've been around people with a tiny little dog that would bite anything. Wouldn't kill anyone, but would cause problems, right? What's more of a problem, the pit bull or the tiny little dog with the bad attitude? Of course, it's the tiny little fucking dog. So if the little tiny dog attacks me and I happen to fucking punch it across the park, that's deservedly so. But it also, if you have a rhinoceros and I can pet it, oh my gosh, what a fucking good day! Don't you get it? Ah, come on, Janice. Janice, you fucking it up. It's corruption, not capitalism. I agree that capitalism isn't even the purpose. Let me put this on the. I'm gonna put this on the big screen. That's no. Okay, I feel like the bet. You think the best descriptions we cannot. Wait, let me read this again. I think the best description for what we have is corruption. Here, let me just deal with the first thing you said. It is implied within capitalism that there must be corruption because someone needs to leverage the system. That's what capitalism means. Like, Jesus Christ, like, what the fuck do I have to say to people? Within capitalism, there is implied corruption, which means get rid of the system of capitalism. Why can't everybody be the small letters? What aren't you getting here? I agree that capitalism isn't the perfect or even the right system, but I believe I didn't see. This is where you're fucking up, dude. This is where you're fucking up. You gotta follow me here. When I say communal, I didn't say communal property. I didn't say like you can walk in my fucking house. I didn't say that. I'm not saying we're all like if I put a little space around me, I think it's pretty much the thing that we're talking about here, morals, ethics, and just absolute understanding. If you see a boxed up or like some sort of that thing, you don't go in there. So if I'm fucking my wife, so be it. If I'm taking a shit, if I'm cooking food, you don't go in there. It's already been established. My I've made my fucking place. So you don't touch it, right? I'm not saying. See, you're using the classic nonsensical fucking I will shit on this corny ass fucking debate bullshit every day. Well, if you can't have capitalism, then you can't have property. Ooh, so we can all fucking go into anywhere we want, and we can just shit on everything and fuck anything we want. We can. No, that's fucking complete insane to the level of anarchy you don't understand. I'm saying if so happens that I plant a seed here and this tree grows, when you put your sidewalk over it and the tree happens to fucking denounce the sidewalk from existing because someone planted over where its root should be, then, well, that's your damn thing. And the conclusion is simple. The same is to be said that if I fucking make a piece of land like into my property that make the land was there, there's enough space for everyone. But if you come into my space, that's mine. That's not capitalism, and that's not communism. That's just saying like be fucking be reasonable, be a fucking human being. Like don't like it doesn't need to be a system either way. Like how do you like we've had this like great discussion, and then you go to the point of saying, but it doesn't seem right that I have to have property capital. Like, bro, I'm gonna read this one more time just so I make sure that I'm getting this right. I think the best description for what we have is corruption. No, capitalism is already corrupted. I think the best description for what we have is corruption, not capitalism. No, it's already implied. It is without question. I agree that capitalism isn't the perfect or even right system, but I believe we have a right to have property. The, the, the property rights have nothing to do with capitalism. Jesus Christ, why do I always feel like I'm going insane having to have these conversations with these motherfucking people? No, capitalism and communism are part of the same system. I'm saying separate. You don't need to have communists have property. Socialists have property. And people that actually are capitalists, you know what? Let me let you in a little secret here. Uh, do you own the land? No, I'm gonna say this one more time, just so everybody can understand this. Do you own the land? Because you could you could build a house on property, and if you don't pay the taxes to the landlord for the property that they think they own, I guarantee they're all white because they stole the land from the natives out of. I mean, they didn't steal it. I mean, because the natives could just take it back if they knew what they were doing. But I mean, why? Why? Because by decree of the King of England. Like, what kind of dumb shit are we talking about here? Like, that's a dumb joke right here. So if we have property and gouge out our neighbors to sell it to them for an astronomical price, that's immoral. Yeah, yeah. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not a Denise. I'm not disagreeing with most. Like, obviously, we have lots of good chats here, but like, I'm not disagreeing with much of what you said here. No, I agree with this. Yeah, I'm not saying to sell it for extra prices. Like, if you built a home, there should be an exchange. Like, obviously, if an orange is on my property and then the tree is grown, then maybe it's worth what it took to do that. And there's a property there. And I was like, hey, I want to go somewhere else. I want to go hang out in a different climate. I mean, what would you trade me for? I think the barter idea is better because remember, there are how many of these things? Three I's: income tax, interest, and inflation. Three I's: income tax, interest, and inflation. They're all bullshit. I've said this a fucking thousand times. And it doesn't get through anybody's fucking head. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Denise, I was not, obviously, I'm not going off on you. I just like the words. It's difficult. Like, if you just, I would do a side by side with you. I'll give you out the screen. I'm not going to yell at you. Like, I don't, I just, the ideas, I'm never mad at a person. I'm mad at people's ideas of how they think life should function. I mean, it functions in an awful way right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What up, Yaki guy? What you doing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Oh, hey, Denise. See, yeah, yeah. We definitely are. Let me do this. Let me piss one more time, and we will talk about systems and isms. This is Hey, Denise. I would love to actually look you into your fucking whole face, but because this is what I look like. Obviously, like when people see me, they're like, "Yeah, that's what you look like." I want to see what you look like in person because I don't really know. But uh, I really, I like the idea. I don't know why I went that way because I don't know who you are. You could be a computer. I think it's always because I just assume someone's going, just slapping on the computer board, just smashing on a keyboard. Let me go piss, listen to this music, and I'll be back. And maybe this will help us align systems and isms. I've probably done shows on this exact topic, but we'll get into that. So check it out. So we got here. Uh-oh, what do we got to do? Anybody got a letter here to work with? Anybody got a letter for this shit? I have no fucking do to do with this. No, I know you're not. I know you're not a computer. Do you want any letter with this? Come on, give me a letter. You fucko. Can I say fucko? You want J? Okay, let me see. Let me see what I can find. Oh, it's on time too. It's working well. J. Let me see what I can do. We got chubby, dark. Oh, chop, drums, spooky, DJ, Xmas, frog, dirty thang, circus, blunt, silly boozies, woo ha. No, I was like, no, I was like, not like woo ha. It was like this woo ha. Like, ha. Oh, are you gonna give me a letter I did not put on here? This could be fucking terrible. This is gonna be the first time I cannot accomplish something. Hold on. I want to give you a letter. Hey, hey, Denise, fuck your fucking face, you faggot freak show. Give me one more letter, cause I want to piss, and I'll give you one more letter. All right, let me see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do with this. This I'm gonna look for Jay. I only get like 50 songs on here, so the chances that I don't have a J on here is, I mean, do you got a J, dude? Like, smoking that weed, bro. Anything else? Go for it. M. Good fucking job. Yep, got that. I got that. Where's it at? I just seen it a second. Here it is. Here you go. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Where are we at here? Okay. Gentlemen, what are you doing? Let me start at the beginning here. Uh, okay, before I get to the systems and the isms, like to even deal with the systems or isms, because now I have to use Jonaman's comment here. Have you heard of the jure the government's the unalienable right allows you to claim a state as an equitable title holder, grantor of the capital letters name, take your property back. Well, I eat peppery, but you meant property. Um, like intimate domain. Yeah, man, I get you, but like what like you would have to go through so many systems of perceived governmental bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so if the policy holders and then the people that think they own the building, and then I'm actually in a building, it's not like I'm on top of someone's else's land also. So I'd have to conjecture with that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's too much to do and too little time to maintain my this domicile, right? I get what you're saying to a degree, but well, I mean, I don't have any like to claim a state is also very interesting in this sense, and I'll explain to you why. I mean, let me try this. Hold on. I'm gonna give you one more song just so I can get this. No, no, fuck it. We'll just get right to it. Uh, to claim a state would be to still work within the boundaries of legalese, which has nothing to do with native land dwelling beings. So for me to use any letters or words beyond, uh, yeah, this is where I have my things, and this is what I'm doing. It would go through. I'd have to go through so many systems of governances, which are all obviously phony, fake, and whatever. But like what kind of like that's more bullshit than is even worth, right? Who am I going to talk to? What am I going to say? That kind of thing. Like this is a simple equation for people who live in the middle of fucking Hickville. It's not a simple task if you live on top of fucking Capitol Hill, because then you got to figure out whose building is that, who built it there, and then who. Like it's not about owning the land, but like property rights is a whole fucking thing, man. That's like a whole study, man. It's too long of a fucking discourse, which it'd be too much to entertain. I'd rather just fucking go. I'll just sleep over there. I don't like it. Fucking sucks, but I've already talked for what is this? About 6,000 videos of hundreds of hours each. Like what is it? I don't know. Like an hour, 6,000, 10,000, probably about 15,000 hours worth of videos. I don't know how to check that stat, but I've cut most of them off. But like, imagine, and all I must know to even speak that, and I'm not, I do this for fun and because hopefully it educates someone. But like, I have no capacity or intention to like whatever, man. Like, cool, good job, way to go. Denise, yeah, yeah. Free, oh, well, free man in the land just means sovereign being, which so you've got free man in the land and sovereign being, which is But you'd have to go through classifying what the word man means. It's like, do you remember? Hold on, I know I'm going off on tangents here, but I hope you guys get it. You'd have to go off on this tangent that when who the fuck was the guy that was fucking Monica Lewinsky or whatever. I mean, who cares? Like he was cheating on his wife that wasn't even his wife. It doesn't matter. Tell us, name. Uh, Clinton, the Clintons, they're both, you know, pathological, cryptological manifestations of what. I mean, what do those people do? They're cysts on reality. Like, what do they do? So, like, who? So I just tripped up on the fucking idea here, but like when he said what I'm getting at is what he said was he was doing the whole fucking thing because they were all like lawyers, right? And he said you have to define what do you mean by, and I forget what word he said. What word was it that he said? You have to define what you mean by I or what you mean by, and so he was like he was telling the system to explain exactly what they meant by the word that they were explaining to him, and thereby just destroying the entire argument. Because if you were to say 10 words to me, I would have to say what dictionary are you using and what definition are you using. If you look at Black's Law, if you look at Webster's, if you look at like what dictionary are you using, what terminology are we using, and then as soon as you go to that, you might find four or five definitions. So you could actually mold and manipulate an argument to be in your it's the word behest, your behavior, like you're in your best interest. It doesn't come to the right conclusion unless you massage the language. And also, I'm gonna go grab some ice cubes, and then I'll explain more. Ah, fantastic. Where are we at here? Hello again. Systems and isms. Um, I think that's a good lead in. Systems and isms. If you put ism on anything, think about it. Go for it. Try to use any word you know as a what would you use, a noun? Apparently, you say dad. A dad would be, or a mom. I guess you could say. And I'm going to start with the easy ones, or the most difficult ones for anybody to explain these days. Are you a dad ism or are you a mom ism? Like, what does that mean? Like mom like? Does it mean like sort of kind of perhaps with the conditions that require you to be something like this? Like to like you could grab a food and say it has a cucumber ism to it. It's not a cucumber, but it has the qualities that reflect the ideas of a cucumber. I fucking certainly know what a carrot is, what a tomato is, because I can put them side by side. And without question, I can produce and show you and eat it and go, that's a tomato, that's a cucumber, that's a potato, that's that's a whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't really matter. You can define it. So nouns, and then you get into the verbiages. Here you go. I seem to be a verb. Yeah, because this person here, I develop and I evolved uh, consciously as very quickly, like more like a. I'm still me. I am this thing. I am this as much as possible. But whatever this is, it alters on a day-to-day basis. But a tomato is not going to change into a grapefruit. You're not going to do it unless you can show me that you can turn a tomato into a grapefruit. I don't want to hear about it. So that becomes an ism. It's a tomato ism. So tomato becomes this thing that is somewhat kind of sort of like something else. That's the ism. So the isms are always controlling the systemic ideologies of how people perceive reality. It's much like religious or scientific connotations. Listen again here. So religion is a belief system. Science is a path or pathology. Scientism is religion. Science means I believe in what that person said because they did the correct experiments to believe something. So the science and the religion are very much akin. So that they're accumulation of perception of knowledge. If you believe, there's nothing you've ever done to make you believe in more Jesus. It can make you believe more in the unknowing, but there's also nothing in the scientific world that will make you believe more. Like I know there's a chair there. I know there's chalk. I know there's um, something, but the explanation to get to that is just as ridiculous as believing in it's scientism. So there's your ism. It means like, well, I can't really explain it. I was listening to Joe Rogan talk to, hold on, give me a second, Eddie Bravo earlier today. And Eddie had said something that was so amazing, but he didn't know how to explain it. He said, hey, look, um, the red bricks that are in people's houses hold and contain energy. And she goes, well, how? He goes, well, I don't know. And it was like a laughter track of saying Eddie Bravo's an idiot. And then so Joe goes, all right. And the dude looks it up on the computer and he goes, well, actually, Joe, the red brick, because of blah, 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 holds and contains and radiates energy. So a red brick house can literally hold energy. Weird. Weird how you'd go back into the past and see that there was like three types of houses being built by the little piggies. And it's so amazing to me, always. Just because you can't explain something thoroughly, like I know something works and I know it's effective, but I can't tell you the process. Like what am I I'm gonna I can't tell you about the inside of your body. Like you've never cut yourself open. You don't know what a liver looks like. You don't know that you have a heart. You don't know if you ever you don't even know how your eyeballs work. You don't even know that you have a brain. Most of you motherfuckers don't got brains. Like you can cut this whole thing apart. You know how none of that shit works. But you accept it if it comes from someone wearing a lab coat versus someone wearing a black coat that is in a church. And some people, oddly enough, which I find very amazing, they find faith in both religion of their church, and they'll hand their baby over to a a guy. I'm assuming because they don't let priests be women. Anybody ever notice that? There's never a woman grabbing the baby to put it into the water for no fucking reason at all. But there's a man there and drop the baby in there and he's all dressed in garb, right? And then, but yet the other side, they're so trustworthy into the religion of the science guy that decides to snap the baby out, cut the cord, and then do a bunch of things and tell it. I mean, you people are fucking insane, honestly. I'm just telling you, like, not you, but like, if you believe that shit, like, you crazy as fuck. Just because I can't explain how something works doesn't mean it's not true. I mean, that was the coordination between Eddie Bravo and Joe Rogan, who literally said that he used to believe in no one ever went to the moon. It was insane. And then 2 years later, after he made it $500,000, he said, "Yeah, of course I went to the moon." No, it wasn't a 500,000. It was a 500,000,000. I don't even know what the fuck. I mean, he's ridiculously rich. I mean, I have no problem with that. It's just kind of fucking funny, isn't it? American national citizen? No, gentlemen, no, it's not. Hold on. No, a citizen. Go look up the word citizen, and then go look up the word American. That's not. No, not doing that right now. Oh no. Okay. Here, I put that on the screen. You got to have some self-made declarations to proceed. My declaration is I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, and every item that I own is mine. And if I give it away, I should be given fair trade in value for its worth and what I've paid and what you will, like, yeah, I get you. Hey Denise, thank you for the is. Yeah, that was the word. It depends on what your definition of is. Thank you. Like, how did he get away with that? Well, when I do shit like that, like funny wise, yeah, I don't get it. Well, yeah, I mean, okay, so where are we going with this one? I got, hey guys, give me. Well, I mean, if you'd like to have me for a little while longer, um, feel free. I'll remind you, we two. Oh shit, we 3 hours in this bitch. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I thought I put 3 hours of work in today. I know this looks like it's really easy for me, but I'm having a fucking hard time. If you want to, there you go. On the bottom, it's the green thing going along. This Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. My name is TSAR capital XEN. Um, and I'm just trying not to fucking fall out of fucking. I'm trying not to fall off an elevator inside of an escalator on top of a helicopter with no parachute. That's where I'm sitting right now, and this is, and I'm still fucking cozy as a coat of sheep's armor. Um, I do have to. I didn't realize it was this late. I do have to go accomplish something right now. Um, I will. Hey, luckily I charged my phone, which is going to be the most difficult thing about being homeless, and hopefully I don't have to do this. Will probably be figuring out where to charge my phone so I can accommodate all of you. folks. Hello, family people. And a lot of F's there. We're gonna litter with F's tomorrow. The three things you can realize about life are be yourself because everyone is already taken. Be as unique as possible. Be strange and help out other people because sometimes people are need help and hopefully you are never in need of help and you can do it for yourself. Go do that shit. Get it done. Enjoy your day. Be fucking awesome. Inspire the world and don't be that person that does the weird shit where they're like, like I was just like, doing one of these things. You ever see people that do that shit where they like itch or something because they're on drugs? Like I'm not on drugs. I was just anxious and I don't get anxious. And I'm fucking anxious right now. So hey, learn to be awesome. It's a pleasure and I'll try to talk to you guys soon. Have a beautiful day. And if you can, down below, blah, blah, blah. Stay fucking, you're always welcome here. Peace out, everybody.